T-Dog, J-Boy, and me, I'm Lugs. Our pride and joy is pumping our mugs. Be careful, kids, it could get rough. We're flipping our lids on sports and other stuff.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Sport Weasel Central. I'm Lugs.
Hello, friends. I'm J-Boy.
I'm T-Dog.
Alrighty, yes, we are the Sport Weasels. The field of 68 is set for the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Archie Miller gets the axe at Indiana. And in NFL news, Drew Brees calls it quits. 68 teams and 4 COVID fill-ins are set for the 2021 tourney, starting Friday, all to be played in Indiana. The one seeds are Gonzaga, Illinois, Michigan, and Baylor. And congrats to the only team from Kentucky to make the big dance, the Morehead State Eagles, and Coach Preston Spradlin. They're my dark horse pick. So let's get started. Gentlemen, let's go.
I will say this about that.
This is the Morehead theme. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Morehead's fight song. Go, Lugs, go.
That's real rousing. That gets my blood up right there.
That's it. It's a fight song. Come on.
Say this about that. Did Mitch Barnhart nix U of L since he's on the committee that chose, can I say this? But anyway, it's interesting. It's good to have some basketball, and you've got some really good teams in each one of the brackets. And I think, maybe I'm getting way out in front here, but I think Gonzaga is the class of the crop.
Undefeated, why not? Sure they are. What do you say, T-Dog?
Yeah, it'll be a good distraction coming up. I haven't really watched a lot of college basketball just because it's been because so much of it overlap with the NFL, and also just it's been depressing watching IU. So I haven't really watched a whole lot. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So speaking of IU, Archie, we hardly knew ye. What do you say? What's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
I don't know who it'll be. I talked to Kent about it. It sounds like people want Brad Stevens.
I've heard that.
Well, keep dreaming.
Not gonna happen. I mean,
I agree with you. I don't.
Not gonna do it.
So who do you all think it'll be?
Mark Few from Gonzaga.
No.
Come on, somebody. Come on.
No.
And they keep talking about what's his name, Drew from
Scott Drew from
Baylor.
the old Valpo coach.
Why would Scott Drew give up Baylor? I mean, to come to Indiana's got one player of note. It's just a tough, unless you just want to, go out on a limb and say Rick Pitino.
Well,
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. He's a great coach, but considering things in his background, which I guess to be fair to Rick Pitino, he was never directly involved in, quote, 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 wink, wink, wink. But there was enough shady stuff that surrounded all his assistant coaches. Man was squeaky clean. All his assistant coaches. He had this, where money was possibly given to parents, and then before that, there was the possible strippers with possibly sex involved thing. There was another assistant. So, but he wasn't involved. Regardless, he's a great coach, and what he did with Iona in quick order is not surprising because he's won anywhere he's gone, and it's because he does know how to get them to play at a high level. But because of that seediness in the background, you look at how Miles Brand got rid of Bobby Knight, and then the problems with Calvin Sampson where they got rid of him. They don't want anyone that's that. I kind of texted you all last night. They think they're the Hickory Huskers. They think they want to win, but they want to win the right way, which I like I said, is is a nice idea. It's charming. I think it's antiquated kind of with what the NCAA is. It's a dark thing. It's a more Darwinism, just survival of the fittest. Try to find someone who you can tolerate their, I'm not saying indiscretions, but you maybe don't love everything they are about. You have to accept stand-up guy. I don't think. Anyway, I'm done pontificating.
Will you grab my extra baggage? Oh, that's Rick's extra baggage. I'm sorry. Rick has a lot of baggage.
I was just going to say, Pitino, they keep touting that the Greek team won a championship. Well, it won it within Greece. And the team he was on what do you mean
within Greece, man? Like, is there something outside of Greece?
In the European International League, they were like also ran. They never even got close. And then at Iona has been to the NCAA tournament the last 5 years. I mean, he was left with a good veteran team. So, and I take nothing, on a game, you need a game win. Pitino does know how to pull off some magic. I don't think they will beat Alabama, though, who is their first opponent.
Right. Not happening.
Yeah. So, but as far as an IU coach, I think it's tough anymore to get a coach, period, of quality. I think you luck into them a lot of times, and most of them don't get the chance long enough to actually build a team. Now, Archie had plenty of time. He should have done better. That's true.
Oh, I'm not saying – I don't know who they want. Like you said, maybe it's Scott Drew, maybe it's Beard. And obviously, maybe they make a run at Stevens. I will make this prediction. And obviously, it doesn't mean that this person is going to go there. They're good. I mean, if they're willing to buy out the rest of Archie's, they're willing to back a huge Brinks truck up to somebody. They're going to offer a lot of money to a known commodity.
Good point.
Now, I'm not going to say they're going to get them, but they're going to make a big stretch. They're not going after a guy from Dayton, who, to be fair, was a hot name at the time. Who was a hot name at the time, and I'm not trying to completely discredit him. They're going after a big name. Now, I'm not saying that person will go after him because, to be fair, maybe looks is implying, like, I mean, do you want to put up with some of the extra stuff around? I don't know. But, like, they're going to make they're not going to make a small calculated move. They're going big.
Well, you're right, because look at swing and a miss a lot lately. Tom Crean, average. Yeah. Calvin Sampson, whoops.
Although
Sampson's
doing
well.
Well, that's actually, I've talked to someone about this, and I'll try to wrap up my feels on Archie. You look at the cultivation of like what happened this year, and it's just he had to go. Not only was this the fourth like disappointing season in a row, but you have the whole tournament in Indiana. They're not involved. Your main rival is a 4 seed.
Yep.
The coach that you fired, and I understand is because of indiscretion. The coach you fired, Calvin Sampson, he had a lot of they lost guys in the NBA. They lost one of their better players. They had torn ACL before the season. They're a 2 seed. So, and then the cherry on top to me is you look at who were the representatives in the Big Ten championship. It was Illinois versus Ohio State. Those teams hired their coaches the exact same year that Indiana hired Archie. So you looked at what they did in 4 years and what Archie did in 4 years, and it's plain to see you got to get rid of them. So,
yeah, is that a call from Drew Brees? Is he a friend of the show?
No, hello. I got a question. What about Richard Pitino? Ain't he the son of Rick? I'll hang up. List your answer. Bye-bye. He's going to leave Minnesota, ain't he? Bye-bye.
Richard's, he's probably, already the house is sold and got the bags packed and the baggage too, I assume. I heard that he's going to New Mexico. I'm not sure if that's a school or if he's just going to that state to hide out for a while, but so.
All right, so let's move on, shall we? What about Drew Brees? Is he going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah. He should be.
He should be a Hall of Famer.
Of course he is.
I mean, he's number one in virtually every category. I mean, passing accuracy what did he have? Like the most 5 touchdown games,
got like,
the most 4 touchdown, most 3 touchdown game. I mean, yes.
He currently, obviously, very early in the season, Brady will surpass him. He is number 1 in passing yards. He's number 2 in passing touchdowns to Brady. He, like Lug said, he completed over 70% of his passes, I believe, in at least 5 seasons that he played, which before that, Kenny Anderson was the only one to do it back in like 81, which also just tells you how much games change, but that's another point. But I mean, it was due. I mean, we talked about it kind of last week. Like you look at what he did in the last 2 playoff games against Minnesota, and then obviously against Tampa this year. Like in big moments, teams identify what he could and could not do, and that's why they had to. Not to say that he didn't make the decision, but if he wanted to come back, I don't think he was coming back to the Saints, and that's why I think it was smart of him to retire. So,
plus he's going to get a decent gig at NBC. I just wonder who they're going to boot from the America's Football Night team.
You don't think they could just add on?
Maybe. I don't know. I was just I was just wondering about that. So
maybe he'll be the B team with Tirico or something.
Yeah. So
he's supposed to be in studio.
Oh, well, all right.
What I read, he's going to be part of the studio. He's going to be the analyst in the studio. And that's Dungy.
And
I can't.
They're not getting rid of Dungy, and they're not getting rid of
Chris.
I don't think they get rid of Sims. I think Sims has too good of an opinion.
What about Rodney? They like Rodney too.
Yeah, they do like Rodney Harrison. So I was going to ask you, flipping it back to the other side. What do you think the Saints do? So who do you think will be the starter?
Well, they just re-signed Taysom, right, to a fairly big contract. Jameis is a free agent as far as this goes, so they could re-sign him, I suppose. If I were them, I would look to the future, sign Jameis, do a tandem with Jameis and Taysom, and then get like a good draft pick quarterback. This is a good crop of quarterbacks. It really is. So, I mean, they need to look, because Jameis isn't the future, and really neither is Taysom Hill, but they could bring in a young player, and Sean Payton could really work with them.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, at least for this year. I think Jameis should be the starter, and Taysom should be more involved than when he was with Brees. So, like, on average, the last 4 years, they've thrown the ball 539 yards or 539 attempts per game. The last 4 years, the average. I'd say, like, give Jameis 378 of those throws, like 161 to Hill, to just get a better feel if Hill is the guy, and obviously to get Jameis to be the primary. And then use both of them in the red zone. You could have Hill as the fullback or split them symmetrically away from the center and have the center direct snap to who's ever doing it. Obviously you will run it with if you direct snap it to Hill maybe, or, then you direct snap it. I don't know, just kind of use it. And I kind of agree with what Logan says. Maybe draft Kellen Mond. I don't know how far he'll fall in the draft. Maybe draft him in the second round. Maybe he's your potential starter for the next 7-8 years if he gets time to develop.
So create a little RPO, run pass option with Taysom and Jameis both, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
And there was talk that maybe Russell Wilson, which I just discard. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to move out of Seattle. I just don't see it working.
The more I think about it, I think that's talk for next year.
Yeah.
Like, it's a move that happens next year. They're just getting the agenda set for next year. It's not going to happen this
setting the table.
I think they're setting the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other free agent surprises are you looking forward to here, guys?
Well, I was just going to say, Dallas finally signs Dak Prescott to $40 million, and this coming season. I mean, it was weird. I saw a presser with Jerry Jones, and he was